Hey, welcome to the real. And every Monday night we do our review show, and, and tonight is Monday night, so going to do Power Book 4, Season 3, Episode 7. I'm here, Keisha's here. Very interesting night, to say the least. Long day, long day. Keisha, what's going on?
Nothing was going on with you.
I can't complain. I really cannot complain.
You did have a long day. I did too, sort of, kinda.
Yeah, yeah, long day. You know, I, as we begin to transition into what we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about do the review and recap on Episode 7. You know, one of the most interesting things is because I was off this week. This weekend I did work Saturday and Sunday, but the prior weekend I was off. I had a lot of time to do a lot of extra stuff, so I spent some time in a lot of the power blogs, and I noticed a lot of people really like this season. One person said they thought the season is the best season yet, and I I know that we are very critical of these shows, been very critical of this season, but I'm shocked at how many people really like it. Even so much so that somebody was like, "Yeah, Robin Townsend's doing the writing." I know Robin Townsend is an accomplished writer, very good writer, very, did the Five Heartbeats, which is interesting to say the least because the Five Heartbeats bombed in the movie theater, but went crazy on DVD. It's the one movie that did not do well in the movies, but when it got on DVD, it became an instant classic in Black American culture. So I'm shocked. I think that TV, like Dwayne said last week to us behind the scenes, like we got to realize streaming shows and streaming TV and network TV right now, they're really not doing good. There's not a lot of quality good shows on, but to say the least, with reference to Power, it is what it is. We're here. What I said the episode was interesting. I have a couple photos, Keisha. I thought the
Mm-hmm.
episode honestly was good. I think they're finally getting to it. Um, I did not like the fight scene, which may surprise people. But the fight scene was terrible.
Well, I mean, Diamond is way bigger than Tommy, so it doesn't look like a even. I mean, and the way they present Tommy as, he was a bouncer, he also tough or whatever. But Diamond was throwing him around like a doll baby.
The funniest thing is when Tommy pushed him, he said, "You put your hands on me." And that usually for somebody that can fight, that's usually a natural response. Like, yo, I can't believe you just put your hands on me because you don't want nobody to ever put your hands on you. Because honestly, you put that work in. So you'd be so shocked. So I did like that, but I thought the acting with Joseph Sikora, and I'm gonna say it, that acting was terrible. Um, he told him, "Tommy, this ain't what you want." They start fighting. Tommy got a shot in. Then when Diamond got his shot in, Tommy was running up out of the basement.
I
Like,
would be running too. That big football player, black man coming, I'd have been running too.
but at least he should have been trying to if you're gonna start a fight with a gorilla, and I say that respectfully, if you're gonna start a fight with a big man, a silverback, you're gonna at least be able to wiggle your way about or something. Tommy realized, yo, this ain't like he told him, this ain't what you want, Tommy.
It
And
was
Tommy
like the Tariq and
came.
yeah, fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like what Tariq got for somebody like that, you better bring the heat. That's the only thing you can do.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. I thought and to hear like D-Mac like get up, like it they could have made, and I know it's hard because like you said, at the end of the day, Isaac Keys, who plays Diamond, is such a bigger person than Joseph Sikora. He did
Like,
play Like when you
Ghost is little.
yeah,
Tommy is little.
yeah,
So they butt heads. You can make it look like they around the same size,
mhm,
but it was just Goliath. Like, I don't know.
yeah. So I thought that was interesting of the fight scene. I thought, like I said, I didn't like it. I didn't like how like with the fight and they broke it up, Keisha, and I had to rewatch it. I rewatched it to refresh my memory. Like Tommy, you put in so much in CBI. Like you like Diamond, you lied to me. You're a lie. Like Tommy, like this is business, bro. Like you ain't got too attached to
You don't
Chicago.
even know these people.
And I know that it seems like it he should not be, and I always had a problem with it. Tommy is too attached to the streets in Chicago. Like, yo, you should be able, wherever you lay your hat is your home. Be able to pick up your hat, spin off. You was really at the end of the day, we gotta keep it real as watchers of this show. You were really on your way to
California.
California, and you made a pit stop. Didn't know you had a brother. You made a pit stop in Chicago.
To see his grandmother, I'm assuming.
Yeah. And that's an understandable pit stop. If somebody taking a road trip and they go through a town where their people at, I can see them making a stop, but he done daggone planted his flag there. And it's like, this is what I want to do. Like, come on, I am CBI, I am the coalition. Like, huh? Tell me, you moving like you was never an outsider. Like this wasn't business. It just is very odd how they have written Tommy's role in this season. He definitely won Liliana. Like that was your only friend. She was somebody from back home. You took her death hard. It's just very odd that how they're doing.
So I don't know if he's supposed to be the Great White Hope. I just don't know. And I don't know if the writers really have a handle on ethnicity, and that those Irish people wasn't going to let Tommy run over them. Nobody in Chicago is just going to let Tommy run over them.
And this is what we're going to see going forward, because now we know the beef is on. It's a split in the coalition. It's a split in CBI. He only basically, from what we know, now most of us believe that he's going to make a phone call to Tariq, but Tommy never had no people, Keisha. That's the crazy thing about him being so relaxed and letting his guard down, never having true alliance.
It's not even that he's relaxed. He's just very cocky. Like he's Jannard is no dummy. If he's the youngest brother and he was running it while Diamond was incarcerated.
And the crazy thing about it is the way that Jannard feels about Tommy is natural. Like
it's valid.
Come around like, yo, I held this down for 15 years, and I was the man. I took care of everything, brought till you came home to take back the throne, and you basically have suckered me out to a white boy. So much so that in season 2 we was beefing. It doesn't make much sense.
So I'm just gonna say this. If you feel like you a boss, and admittedly Diamond was a boss, and so is Jannard, I just can't get with the storyline, because what we're seeing happening in season 3 should have happened in season 1.
Exactly.
They should have fought this out already. You should have been told Tommy, like, you overstepping. So then the friendship would seem more natural and like they all on the same page. But y'all don't know each other.
Going back to season 1, he did save Tommy's life. I mean, Tommy did save their life. Like Jannard was done with the
We still
serves. Like,
don't know each other. Like,
so and this is the inevitable. This is what we kind of knew this season was going to be, definitely from the trailer, how they've been leading up to it. And it's funny because right after Tommy got his ass whooped, he decided to kill Stacy.
yeah, he was collateral damage.
I have intention to kill Stacy, but boy, she said the wrong word. You under arrest? She was like, "Oh no, he got to go."
Yeah, I was
And
sick of her anyway. I was sick of that wig, that
I
27 piece.
he was looking kind of disheveled. He had definitely looked like he had just got his ass demolished. And she was smart by telling her husband that she was compromised. But, and I always say it, I really don't. I understand what they do in the Power Universe, and I get it. But I hate to say it, they don't have good cops like Sax. Sax and Angela was good. They were good for the show. Sax was good. Nobody else does it like that. Even Blanca, they bring all these people.
You
Jenny.
know, the thing with sex that you accepted that he was going by any means necessary. He was gonna try and do what he needed to do to take down whoever he was taking down.
Yeah. You saw the end game. You saw, like you said, the reason why, Sax why, like he was generously a cop. He wasn't really corrupt until they tied him up and did all that stuff. And even with Power Book 2, when he was in there, he generally liked Tariq. He generally tried to save Tariq from the demons or himself from
Yeah, I
feeling like,
mean, because he started to get to know them. It's a difference when you don't know nobody and I'm just the police and I'm doing this, and this.
so
You
you
know,
had Stacy up here. Now they know, because we know Tommy faked his death, but they know he's not under investigation in New York no more. Like, I thought she would have consulted with Blanca because they love to bring characters back. But like now she's a U.S. attorney, high profile case. She told her husband, who's a Chicago cop, that Tommy corrupted her and now she got killed. So now Chen, who's dirty, we're dealing with the Markel's cartel, is going to take over.
right.
And let's be honest, U.S. attorney is a bigger position than being a damn mayor. It's a bigger position. Now, one's a politician and one's a cop, but to
Yeah.
some people, that's a big position. But I'm not going to say I'm glad to see her gone. I'm just going to say that to me, the role never was able to define itself. She, they could have kept using the moral conflict role, that she felt so bad that she finally got compromised, having the dream in the beginning of the episode. So I thought they could have extended it a couple more episodes, but I get it. They trying to wrap it up. It's only 3 more episodes to this. So, it is what it is. As they say, the title of the episode is Lines in the Sand. So I don't know. So how you feel about Ashanti, Tommy setting up Jannard and Ashanti finding out?
Why would she even tell Tommy? Like, she don't. I
think
mean,
that
he's
they.
just like the dumbest criminals. Like, you don't even.
I
You
think.
don't trust Tommy. She was very adamant that she doesn't trust Tommy.
Yeah,
And
I
who
think
does
that.
Tommy think he is?
I think at one point, you're right. She didn't trust Tommy. I think she told Tommy about them kind of killed D-Mac out of being angry. Up until that, anything that she told Tommy, she probably was playing him. And I think Tommy wanted to expose Jannard. I was so surprised that Tommy was naive about him acting surprised when she said that they were going to kill D-Mac, because at the end of the day, Diamond did say, like, yo, King Kilo want a body for who killed his people. And if you know that your cousin did it and Diamond appears to fear King Kilo, you should know how Diamond get down, or at least Jannard would get down. I think that just Tommy's just very, very, like I said, his lackadaisical naiveness is not the Tommy that we know. To cancel Christmas and one step ahead, and
I mean, I just think that it's for me. The episode wasn't terrible, but I hate everything about the series. I'm not connected to the story, the people, and I was a Tommy's fan. I'm not liking his acting. I'm not liking the words that he's saying. It's the only person that you should kind of align yourself with once you made that girl your girlfriend and your baby mother is Miguel.
Yeah.
Because it's some type of familiar family tie that's going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even keeping Vic around. What you keeping Vic around for? Like, and Vic, what you staying for? So, I mean, I just can't. You know, Kate was in the episode. I like the little interaction with Kate and D-Mac. I like the interaction with D-Mac, his girlfriend, and his father.
Yeah, everybody's saying that JP's, because of the picture that they got
that
floating
he's
around,
dying.
that he's going to be killed. But who
Who knows? But I like the fact that they show D-Mac kind of like a kid who loves his father. Like the girlfriend's like, oh, he talk about you all the time. I mean, if I could pull that out, I thought that was cute. The whole fight scene and D-Mac talk about get up, Unc. You ain't throwing no fist. Like, what is this? What is this?
Do you think D-Mac and Marshall are going to be with Tommy?
Yeah, D-Mac gonna roll with Tommy.
I'm betting Smurf gonna roll with Tommy too. After the way Diamond beat him up 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah. And I think they getting money with Tommy, and maybe it's a little more money than they've been getting. You know, money talk.
Yeah.
Money tests loyalty. But
I did say to you on the phone when we were talking about it, why I was so shocked that Tommy was adamant or worried about Jannard getting high. Like, Tommy, you get high. Like, you used to get high more than anybody.
Smoke the TV high, but he felt like it was recreational. You know, they got a different relationship with cocaine than what we do with drugs.
Interesting.
Now back to the Shawnee showstopper. Why are you so mad? But you've been sunning this man like you don't like him.
Yeah, and then get mad when he step out. All right, you upset, but then when you say something to him, you say, all I wanted was some space, and you couldn't give me that. You didn't want space. You was in your feelings. You was mad because he met Che off a humbug. And I told you and Dwayne, I actually thought their argument was Christopher Lofton's best part, like his best scene in a while. Because he can act. He's hilarious. If you really look at Jannard's facial expressions, he's funny as shit. Now, I don't know if the writing is great for him, but he makes the best out of what they're giving him.
I think that that's what it is. It's the writing. It's the writing that I'm just like, huh? And why is this here? And why is this not there? It's the writing that I really feel like
the first 2 seasons,
I'm struggling with.
First 2 seasons, I don't know if you noticed this. The first 2 seasons, they always met upstairs in the barbershop. Now all of a sudden, like you could just come in the basement. No security upstairs. You could just walk down in the basement like it ain't nothing. And it's like the club. See, And that was one of the things that a couple people mentioned, like I said in the beginning of the show, about me going into watching, looking at what comments is about the group, about power in those power book groups, which are really good. A lot of people like to talk about the show in those groups, so I always go in there and I listen to what people are saying, and get an eye for what other people think. But that was one of the themes in one of the groups. What triggered Diamond? Like all of a sudden he drinking. Like he was always more level headed, for
I
lack of a
think
better word.
Tommy triggered him. Tommy's been walking around sunning. He hasn't been treating Diamond like a partner.
Mm. So you think Tommy triggered him?
Yeah, I mean that would trigger me. Like, who you talking to, sir?
I'm established in Chicago. You a visitor.
Yeah. These my streets. These
And
people here for me.
and that's what he told him when they during the fight. He said, "Yo, I should have never let you walk these streets." But like going back to what we said, and I hate to rehash it, but that should have been the response, like that running that he had with Vic over the parking spot in the beginning.
Uh-huh.
Tommy running with everybody. What he should have did, and they could have, I get it, but they supposed to slow walk it. And the
And the
person,
older people wasn't letting him get that though.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that's more believable.
yeah, yeah. And then when Liliana saw him, and she tried to think that he was going to kill her, that's the person that they were supposed to team. And I get it, the actress, she wanted to go move on to bigger things. She had just came back from doing Blind Spot for 6 seasons. I get it. But at the end of the day, like, that was his friend.
And
Doc,
I feel like
that they could have recasted it, right?
that, or if they gave her some better material, she might have would have stayed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, for me, and I was big on Tommy and Julio. Why y'all ain't? He was supposed to get him some New York hitters, like some people that I trust.
And they could have basically transitioned it in real good, because it could have been Liliana. The Serbs had knew him already. And even if they did want to have that beef with the Serbs, he could have been working with the Serbs, and then slowly bring the Sampson brothers involved. CBI.
Like, not to compare shows, right? Family Business. When they talk about this table, this table, this table. If that's what the coalition is supposed to be, why is it not handled like that? They bring the decisions to the table. Tommy just running around doing whatever Tommy want.
And why did Ashanti not go to the coalition meet when they got the text? She didn't go. She said, take care of some business. She didn't know they was
Tommy to do her vote because she was mad at Jannard. That's your stupidity. Like, I would have never agreed to that.
And really, what is the coalition? You know what I mean? Like, what is this?
Yeah.
Is it just a name? Like, who is it? Like, that's just somebody they call each other. Like, and then for Tommy to say, I'm CBI, or I'm the coalition, I just think that's just crazy. It makes not near bit of sense.
Who does he think he is? Like, nobody, especially not no street people, is going to they wouldn't be afraid of him like that. Chicago ain't read New York news for crime. They got enough going on in Chicago.
What about this one? And I thought about it. It's 2 cartels in Chicago. Now, it could be 1,000 cartels in Chicago. But he's beefing with he running with Che. They all working for Che. It's all Che work. but you beefing with the Marquez cartel, and then Che telling you, yo, we you can't beef with the Marquez. You ain't got no soldiers. And then even last week when we thought about it and we talked about the episodes from last week, we were under the impression that Miguel was a somebody.
Yeah, and it's they son and Miguel too.
It's like they minimized him. Now, let's be honest, Keisha. What's the sense? If the show is ending, yes, the plot should have been that the split basically started over this fentanyl. So on this the Chinese lady and her the bodies and putting it in acid. What's the purpose of that? They give context to aspects of the show that don't mean nothing. I know people be like, well, they always double back in the Power universe. If you ain't seen a body, the actor may reappear. That's too much. And that's what leads to a whole bunch of the speculation that so
Who do
many
they
of
want to reappear? I don't want nobody to reappear.
well, the way they saying that Tommy has to make that call to Tariq. And let's be honest, he wouldn't have called Tariq. He would have called Two Bit.
And let's be honest, why would Tariq come? It was 2 times I think Tariq asked Tommy to come and he ain't come help him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, fair exchange ain't no robbery. Why would Tariq come?
As we do during the middle of our show, probably past the middle because it ain't going to be a probably hour show. But for those in the chat, what we do is we always rate the show, 1 being the least, 10 being the highest. We rate the show, and then we rate the episode. Keisha, I'm going to give this episode a 7.
Good luck with that.
Give it a 7. It was the best episode to me as of yet in the season.
It was the best episode. I agree with that. But like I said, I just hate it. I hate it overall. I hate everything about it. So 3.5. I hate everything about it. I hate everything about the show. I can't wait till it's over. Just the joy that people used to get watching Power for it to come to this is truly sad.
It's more like when Power's, if you talk about Power, like on, see, the thing is that the groups, the Power Universe groups and Power book groups that's going on, they were prevalent back then, but I think a lot of people talk about it in the groups and they don't talk about it on their page. But we remember when the original Power, like I said, you couldn't even be on social media after episode dropped because somebody was going to spoil it. You was going to scroll it. It's like it had a buzz. So I get what you're saying. Like, the storyline was different. But like, what is this storyline? It's coming to an end. We know they're not going to.
I just don't like who is this person, this Tommy Egan. I just don't like it.
Oh, when they do Tommy fucking Egan?
Yeah, like I just don't. Tommy was a complete person. He had humility, he had a sense of humor, all these different things. You don't see no more. He was loyal, all these different things. So why would he make the same mistakes that he made with Ghost with Diamond? And he know for a fact he wouldn't let nobody talk about Ghost the way he be trying to talk about Jannard.
Yeah, and that's the weird thing. I could get like, yo, me and your brother don't cut into each other. So I'm going to avoid him and I ain't going to mess with him, but it's business because that's your brother. I don't think no street person would be like, you literally think that you're going to come between Diamond and Jannard? Forget how you feel about Jannard. But you really think that Diamond is supposed to choose you over his brother?
Yeah, no. His baby brother at that.
I don't know.
I mean, like that whole story, it just annoys me. And, even Shanti, like, Jannard gonna take his brother out. What? And I mean, Cain and Abel, stuff happened. You know what I mean? But I don't believe that. As much as Cain and Drew argued, you would never think Cain going to take out. Cain was protecting all his siblings.
Mm-hmm. Very, very. It is what it is. But other than that, like, I mean, we don't talk about everything. With Christmas and New Year's coming.
Is it an episode this week?
From what I understand, yeah.
Okay.
So we'll see. But honestly, I don't even think they're taking a week off. But we know that episode 8 is usually the episode where it gets crazy for anything in the Tower universe. So with Christmas and New Year's coming, these episodes will come through quick, and everybody be able to watch it when it drop, and so forth and so on. But with that, I don't really have much else to say about it, Keisha.
Me either.
All right. Well, tell us what y'all think in the comments. Whoever would decide to watch the playback, once again, we appreciate
Have
you
a good
guys.
night.
Do show up for us and support the channel. Continue to support what we're doing. We might be doing a couple other shows on a couple review shows. I think we got some stuff in mind coming up in the future. And stay tuned to the channel. Remember, the best way to support this channel is to like, share, subscribe. Take care. Have a great night.